Michael, can you explain to me, I'm in a debate with my friends over Luke's final confrontation with the Emperor. Why did the Emperor immediately try to kill Luke Skywalker like that? Why did he do that? He's like, you know, if he was predicting everything, why was he unable to, that's what it was. Why was he unable to, you know, get around this? And I said, because that's the one thing the Emperor couldn't predict. The Emperor, through the prequels and everything, had set the chessboard up, and he knew 15 different moves ahead of everybody else, how he was going to orchestrate this whole thing. And even though he didn't completely expect Anakin Skywalker to get trounced the way he did by Obi-Wan Kenobi, he was able to keep Anakin Skywalker on life support long enough to keep him an effective, you know, strong man for his agenda. But he'd always planned to get a successor. And so he gets Luke Skywalker. He's got him in his clutches. He thinks, I'm just going to manipulate Luke the way I did his father, and everything's going to be fine. He's like, but he did not expect Luke Skywalker. He expected him to walk into the situation alone, because Luke has always stood alone. Ever since he stood on that hillside watching the suns go down, he's always been a solitary figure. That's the curse of the hero's journey. He's always stood his ground. He's never worried about how outnumbered he was. And he's always done what everybody else is afraid to do. Even Leia was like, run away, far away, run. Leia is telling someone to run. Like, that's huge, right? So Luke is standing there in front of the Emperor, and the Emperor has no clue, no chance that Luke Skywalker is going to tell him no. He did not see that coming. And you can see it on his face in the performance. It's very, very subtle, but it's there because Ian McDiarmid is a great actor. You can see it on his face. And he throws his weapon away. Like, he's like, I'm done playing this game, and I'm not going to play yours. I've told you, I'm not going to turn to your dark side. This is over right now. Kill me if you want to. Either way, you lose, right? We both lose. I don't care if I lose, though. And in many ways, that's something, you know, people like to say, oh, Luke is a goody-goody. Luke is overly noble. Luke is this, Luke is that. You don't get to that level of self-sacrifice by being goody-goody and a pleaser and everything like that. You get to that level by really understanding what reality is. And Luke is just like, my life is forfeit at this point. Let's go full on Ronin samurai at this point. My life is whatever. Like, you kill me, I don't even care anymore. But when you do that, you're going to kill yourself too. We're done here. We're done. And I was telling him this guy this, and he was like, holy crap, I never thought of that before. And I'm like, yeah, Luke is basically looking at that guy and saying, bring it. I do not care. Like, and the Emperor couldn't have predicted it. And the Emperor knew in that moment, I have to kill this guy as fast as possible, because he is the biggest threat, because he's the only person in the galaxy that has the stones to stand up to me in this moment and refuse me. Like,
and I can't control him.
I can't control him. He's super powerful. He's more powerful than his dad, because his dad didn't have the will to do what he just did. So it's
and Luke
massive.
Just bested him.
Yeah, Luke just bested
and
him.
Still refused to turn to the dark side.
And still refused. And that's the clincher. And he's like, this is the most powerful Jedi in the galaxy. And he is immovable. He's untouchable. He has to die now while I have a chance. He has to die. And so then, of course, Vader has to do the math and realize, I've got to save my son, which is a whole nother thing. But Luke, as a character, you know, he's so powerful, of course. That was the other thing he said. He asked me in that moment, he said, why did the lightning not affect him the way it affected the Emperor? And I said, back when we had no context for that Force lightning, it was just, the lightning doesn't kill you that fast. But what I have to assume is that Luke is that powerful. Like, where that lightning can just rip somebody else to shreds, Luke is that powerful with the Force. The lightning cannot, you know, dissolve him that quickly or destroy him or whatever. That's why he's such a threat. The Emperor's got to get rid of him now, you know, like,